is there?
Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Georgie Hebson.
And I'm Georgia Lynch. Here's what's coming up on today's programme.
As thousands hit the high street for Black Friday deals, how is it impacting small businesses? We've been to Affleck Palace to find out more.
After the sacking of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Manchester United are to announce the signing of Ralph Rangnick. We went to Old Trafford to find out what the public think of the big change.
As I'm a Celeb is back on the TV, we took to Twitter earlier today to ask you guys if you've been watching this year's show. Later, we'll share the results. The auto cue needs to slow down a bit.
Earlier this morning, protesters blocked the road outside the Amazon warehouse in Altrincham. The incident was first reported just before 5 a.m. on Black Friday, one of the biggest days of the year for retail. Transport for Greater Manchester advised commuters to seek alternative routes because police had to block off some back lane in Altrincham.
UK shoppers are estimated to spend over £9.4 billion on Black Friday and Cyber Monday sales.
However, how much money will be spent on small businesses this weekend? Jess Mason went to Manchester to find out more.
The sight of busy shoppers in Manchester enjoying this year's Black Friday sales. For some small businesses, though, this might not be the case. Independent businesses could be at threat as they can't compete against bigger companies. So much so that 50% of small businesses in the UK say they don't think they will last after Christmas.
I personally think because you've got the big companies, they power, all of that kind of advertisement, and they've got the money to do that, where necessarily small businesses can only just put a bit of a painting up or, you know, some flyers. So that kind of like publishing and all that kind of stuff like really does affect them, I believe. Yeah.
Figures from Green Alliance say 80% of what we buy on Black Friday will end up in landfill. That's the same impact on the environment as 215 return flights between London and Sydney.
So I'm encouraging people to be more earth friendly, which is sort of not consuming things but similarly to survive. Earth friendly businesses need people to buy things. Try not to encourage people to just buy things for the sake of it because they happen to be cheap and they're going to disintegrate within a couple of months.
85% of independent retailers are refusing to take part in Black Friday, like here at Affleck's in Manchester.
According to Which magazine, 98% of discounts being advertised were available for the same price or even cheaper 6 months ago. Only 3 of 119 products which were tracked over the past 12 months were at their cheapest on Black Friday. That fact, though, isn't putting shoppers off. Jessica Mason, Quays News, Manchester.
I'm a Celebrity came back on our screens last Sunday, giving the nation some entertainment at 9 p.m. every night. I went down to the I'm a Celebrity Jungle Challenge in the Lowry Shopping Centre to see what the public think of the return of the new season. The I'm a Celebrity Jungle Challenge opened back in July 2021, allowing fans to partake in challenges seen on the show. With COVID stopping the production of the show taking place in Australia in 2020 and 2021, has this had an effect on the viewing statistics of the brand new season?
Not this year, but I have watched it. I don't really have time. Being a uni student, I don't have live TV, so I just have other things watching and catch up, those sort of things.
And what does the audience think of taking the ITV show out of the outback?
I think I preferred last year's to the ones abroad, yeah.
However, although some fans are enjoying the show, viewing figures of the premiere were down 3 million compared to previous years. With the show only being in production for a week, the audience still has time to grow to watch these celebrities take on the challenge of the castle.
Earlier today, we went to Twitter to see if you guys have been watching this year's I'm a Celeb. Here are the results.
So we asked you, are you watching I'm a Celeb this year? 73% of you said yes and 27% of you said no. What would you say, Georgie?
I haven't watched I'm a Celeb this year. Usually I watch it every year, but I think it's just this year with uni and stuff, I've been a bit busy and I don't really, the cast aren't as big as other years, personally I think.
And do you think the castle has something to do with you not watching it, or?
I think so. I think because personally I live quite close to where they're filming it now, so it sort of ruins the magic of it and ruins it a bit.
Yeah. Manchester United are expected to announce the signing of German interim manager Ralf Rangnick on a 6-month deal. Our reporter Sam Oliphant went to find out more.
Well, I think it's a good move because I don't think Carrick's going to be up for the task for the remainder of the season. So, I say for a temporary bloke in charge who's got experience and everything, yeah, I think it's a good move.
It's a strange one because an interim manager really can't set his own pace if he's only in for half a season. It'll be interesting to see exactly what demands, because that's one of the things that's going around at the moment, potential demands that he has to come in for the role, and I know that's why they weren't getting the likes of Conte, because there were so many demands to be set. I think it's going to be a tough one because an interim manager, like I say, only has a certain amount of time to work with. It can work. It worked for Benitez at Chelsea, so there is potential there if he could reach the ground running. I think the biggest problem though is the team.
Don't know that much about him, but I've read quite a bit, and everybody seems to say he's a very good tactician, and he produces teams that are very hard-working, high-pressing teams, which I think is probably what we need after what we've been watching particularly this season.
We are now joined by Sam in the studio. What's happening with sport in Manchester this week, Sam?
Thanks, Georgie. Yes, Manchester United will look to continue where they left off in the Premier League this weekend, as they travel down to London to play Chelsea. With a 2-0 win in midweek against Villarreal, they will look to further progress and win for the first time since the end of October in the league. Currently sitting top, Chelsea will be challenging opponents for the Red Devils. On to the other side of Manchester. Manchester City will look to continue their fine form in the league as they play host to West Ham at the Etihad. After coming off a strong 2-1 win against PSG on Wednesday, there is much to be positive about for City going into Sunday. The two teams currently sit 3 points between each other, with West Ham going into the game on a recent loss to Wolves. Salford City will host Oldham Athletic at the Peninsula on Saturday after a hard-fought draw on Tuesday against Bristol Rovers. A 95th minute equaliser from Brandon Thomas-Asante earned the Ammies a point. Salford City have struggled to find a good run of form this season, never really stringing wins together. Oldham, currently sitting 22nd in League 2, are on a run of poor form, and Salford will fancy their chances going into that one on Saturday afternoon.
So, do you think there'll be a bright future now for Man United, Sam?
Yeah, there is much to be positive about for the fans, especially, the other players, because Ralf Rangnick plays a really attacking style of football, and I think the club at the moment really needs that positivity, especially since last week when they lost 4-1. I think it was the right time for Solskjaer to go, and I think Rangnick will bring his own philosophy into the club.
That's really exciting. Just time for a quick look at the weather. Now, There are high winds forecast for the northwest and a yellow weather warning for much of the region across the weekend.
There's a yellow warning for snow over parts of Greater Manchester, but it's the high winds that are expected to cause the most disruption. Some roads are expected to be closed, so check travel restrictions for your weekend plans. And remember to keep an eye out for our Twitter at Quays News to see how you can get involved next week. So that's goodbye from Georgia.
And goodbye from Georgie.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
That was good.